Mr. ASMR Boy here. Thank you so much for watching. If you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button. And today I have some gum chewing for you, and we are going to go over some financial literacy basics. So, I also just wanted to share with you all that my channel has just hit the 4,000 public watch hour mark. So, I am only at this point because of you. I am grateful, and also this might be a bit of a bummer for some of you, but this may very well be my last video without advertisements. So nonetheless, I'm excited to have hit that milestone, and so grateful for you guys and all your love, support, comments. So I'm ready to keep it going, and let's jump right into it. So, for myself, I would say I really got into strengthening my financial standpoint probably about almost 3 years ago. It's something that I think everyone needs to do sooner, more than later, better than later. I think I read a statistic recently, and it said an estimated 30% of Americans have $0 saved for retirement or emergencies. Now, the reason why saving money is so important is because no matter who you are in the world, no matter how much money you make or don't make, we're gonna come across those times where an unexpected bill pops up, or a family crisis, or maybe you get into an accident and need a few $1,000s because you don't have gap insurance or whatnot. Maybe even something so small as new tires. Having $0 saved up is extremely difficult for people to recover from when they have zero money saved up. So, first off, the biggest recommendation, and I understand not everyone is able to do this, maybe not now, but this is something that you can strive for. It is recommended that people save 20% of their income. There's a lot of different financial advisors that recommend you save 20% or more. This is specifically one of David Ramsey's recommendations. A lot of you may have heard of him, but at a minimum, strive to save 20%. And if you can only save 5%, then every month strive to save 5%. If you can only save 10%, strive to save that 10%. So, jobs out there. I'm sure many of you guys work full-time, and maybe even some part-time employment offers 401ks, which 401ks are very similar to mutual funds. It's literally like a whole grocery bag filled with a bunch of different like stocks and bonds and whatnot. And if your employer offers a 401k, basically they match sometimes up to a certain percent. Say your employer contributes up to 5% and you match it 5%. Just right there alone, you are saving 10% of your income every single month. So that's an easy way to get halfway to 20 is through a 401k. So like I said, if your employer matches 5%, you contribute another 5%. You're already at 10%. So let's estimate that at 5%, your employer matches. And then obviously you pay in 5% out of your checks every bi-weekly or however you get paid. So for instance, say you make $5,000 a month. This is a hypothetical here. And you're contributing 5% of your salary every month, and your employer is contributing 5% of your salary every month. That's 10%. So what is 10% of $5,000? Easy, $500. So 500 times 10 is 5,000. So if you make 5,000 a month, you're contributing 5%. Your employer is contributing 5%. 10% of your monthly income. So that would be $500 being socked away into your 401k account every single month. And obviously when the economy is doing well, or even in times like this, times of crisis, they've still, with each announcement or even talks of the stimulus, the market really kind of just hikes up. So to me, it's hardly ever a bad time to get involved and invest in a 401k. Obviously there are better ways of investing, such as owning a house, but if you are not there yet, like myself, it's a great way to contribute to your future. And also, just want to say, this is for entertainment purposes. Obviously, I ain't no professional. I'm an ASMR artist, but as I mentioned, I do know some stuff. So, and just wanted to share that with you. So yes, that would be my second recommendation, is to sign up for your company's 401k if you have not. I'm sure many of you have already. It's super important. So we've covered saving. Recommended is saving at least 20% of your income every single month, and that is to have a future where you don't have to worry about working your entire life, and that you're able to recover from different crises that many people face throughout life, and live a little more freely because you don't have to worry about money. So for me personally, every single month, when I was living at home, I was literally, for like a little over 2 years, was saving about 48% of my income every month. Doing that for a little over 2 years did a great thing for me because I was able to save so much money. Well, my version of so much money. Like, I ain't nowhere near a millionaire yet, but I was able to save like over $2,000 a month for over 2 years, and this point, in total, I'm saving probably around 25% of my monthly income. It kind of fluctuates somewhere between 25 to 27% a month. So, my next financial recommendation is to get a side gig or a side hustle. Side hustles and side gigs are intended to be something that you are passionate at, good at, and you're able to bring in some side cash, like anywhere from $1,000 or less a month. That is a side hustle. Side hustles are great because they pose as an easy method to stash away cash into the stock market, into your savings accounts, into your 401k. So get yourself a side hustle, and as I mentioned too, it's always good to have money on hand for emergencies. Excuse me. So in terms of, I would sign up for like a high interest APY savings account. You could do that through American Express, and they give you like 1% cash back a month. So it's a high interest APY savings account. I would recommend American Express, but there's other ones you can do too, such as Barclay Card, and those are great to kind of stock away emergency cash for, moments when an emergency arises. And I would recommend you guys putting somewhere in between. Some people recommend up to 6 months worth of, emergency savings. I would recommend, obviously, if you're starting low, start with $1,000. Work your way up to an amount that you feel is comfortable. For me, for emergency cash like that, what I do is I sock away $3,000, and that's basically 1 month's of expenses. A full month's worth of expenses. And those accounts are great because when you request your money, like, you can't just easily transfer that money, and it happens in a singular transaction in a minute. It doesn't happen. It doesn't work like that. So it's usually like you have to go to your account, you have to request a transfer to your bank account, and that takes about maybe like a full 24 hours. So I think it's a great option to keep cash away, have it on hand for emergencies, to be prepared. But where I keep most of my funds is in the stock market and in my 401k, as I've mentioned. So I would say currently about 60% of my income is tied up in the stock market. And I didn't always have it set up that way. So I would say that about 60% of my funds are tied into the stock market. About 25% of my funds are stocked into 401k. About 10% are in my savings account, high interest savings account, and about 5% in a small mutual fund. So I have obviously, like I mentioned, income in stock market, 401k with work, high interest savings account for emergencies, and a personal mutual fund. And then obviously my regular checking bank account. So what I do every month, or anytime that I get paid, I immediately pay my bills. Pay your bills on time. It's important because you do not want to negatively affect your credit score, so that's super important. Pay your bills on time. Bills always get paid first. Send your money to your savings account, your stock market account, or your stock profile, your mutual fund, and then usually, obviously, your work will distribute to your 401k. So pay your bills, send your money to your various accounts to save for your future, and then only keep a certain amount that you are allotting for yourself for that week, the next 2 weeks, or the next month. That is what I do, and it assists me. It helps me stay on track. It helps me save pretty aggressively, and I know how much money I can spend on the weekend. Every once in a while I make a bad decision and I will reach for my credit card, which speaking of credit cards, also recommend you getting a credit card that gives you cash back. So as I mentioned, I sometimes reach for my credit card, which is a bad thing, but it's a good thing if you're paying it off at the end of every single month, because you build up points. And so, for instance, every month I probably charge about $1,000 to my credit card, and then I pay it off, and I literally make around $50 just by using that credit card. And that's one way to game the credit card system. So I know obviously they bank on people racking up their credit card bills and not being able to afford that. Think ahead, think smarter, and game the credit card companies. I know $50 a month isn't much money, but it's $50 that I do not have to work for. So I mean, like, how cool is that to just swipe my credit card, pay bills, get gas, pay for my car wash membership, because I don't own a water hose, stuff like that, and pay it off either the week, every week, or monthly. You still rack up all those points and you get cash at the end of every month. So I think that's a great method to, and a good practices to get into to, strengthen your credit score, strengthen your rapport with the credit card companies, and make a little bit of spare change on the side. So that's what I do. So finally, I was going to share with you guys, as I did mention, a lot of my funds are tied to the stock market. So I currently, in the stock market, I have $34,164 in this account. And so I use the Robinhood app, which I know they've gotten a lot of flag and hate lately due to the hedge funds that were provided to businesses, corporations such as AMC, GameStop, Express, which I didn't buy into at all, just because I am into the stock market for the long haul, and short-term buying and selling is very replicative of gambling, and I'm not in it to gamble. Like, I'm trying to make money off of my money, take risks, but calculated risks. So I'm able to do that, and with the amount of funds that I currently have in my account, as I've mentioned, 34K, $12,000 of that is money that I have made off of the price increasing of the stocks that I've purchased. So about 22,000 of the 34,000 was my money, and I've made $12,000 in the past 12 months. So if you divide that monthly by 12,000 by 12, that is about $1,000 each month in passive income by doing nothing. Just me having my dollars tied into the stock market, and such an easy way to make money and build your portfolio and save for the future. So I know the stock market in general, very up and down, especially through a pandemic, but I've still done well in the past 12 months, and when I tell you it's been a wild ride, it's been a wild ride. But anyways, I know in recent comments, a couple of you, I think your name is Carlos, I forget your YouTube name, but I believe your name is Carlos. You kind of requested that I do a financial literacy video, specifically stocks, and so I will share with you all the stocks that I currently hold. And as I have already mentioned, yes, this is just only for entertainment purposes, so I am not a professional, as I don't think any of you thought that I was anyways. But so NIO, I have NIO, I hold NIO, 170 shares. NIO is an electric vehicle manufacturer from China. I apologize for that background noise if you guys hear that. My neighbor is pulling into their garage right below me. So I have NIO. I also hold TXMD, which is Therapeutics MD, and they are a pharmaceutical company. They commercialize products for women, and I have 200 shares of that. I have 80 shares of IDEX, Ideonomics, and basically what they are is also, they are a electric vehicle manufacturing company overseas as well. IDEX. I have Skills, which it is SKLC or SKILLC, whatever you want to put in. Basically, Skills is an online gaming platform, and they specialize in creating, generating, distributing online games. I have 38 shares of that. United Airlines, which is a airline and part of the whole tourism sector. I did have 40 shares. I sold 10 of them maybe about 4 months ago and threw that money into crypto. But I have 30 shares of that right now. SBE. I have SBE is Switchback Energy. They are electric vehicle charging stations, and they recently merged with ChargePoint, which if you own an electric vehicle, you're probably well aware of ChargePoint. They are the biggest and most visible electric vehicle charging stations in the United United States. Next, I have Sprout Social. I have 18 shares. Oh, no. I have 20 shares of Sprout Social. And Sprout Social is an online social media management platform that helps businesses manage all of their ads, all of their mentions, any discussions that people are having about themselves or their business, all in one platform, one user face. So for my professional job, we utilize Sprout Social, and I've actually made a pretty decent amount of money off of it. It's currently $64 a piece, and I bought it for $38. So in like 7 months, I've profited well over $500. Another one that I have is Li Auto. They are also another another electric vehicle company in China. Next, I have DraftKings. DraftKings is a online sports betting platform. DraftKings, I think they're gonna be huge in the future. They're currently at $59 a piece. I got in at about $48 a piece, so I've made a decent amount of money there. I also have Coca-Cola, which you guys know that is a beverage. Airbnb, which is a housing. They're in the hotel industry. Obviously, you can rent a house or apartment or even a room, stay there for the weekend, the week, whatever you decide, a month. So Airbnb. I have Tesla, an American electric vehicle car company. Alibaba, which is a online retail industry, online e-commerce, very similar to Amazon, but they are based in China as well. That is Alibaba. Oh yeah, and I forgot, I did purchase just 13 shares of Express. Don't recommend it. I just hopped in for no good reason last week because one of my buddies said he was hopping in, which is such a bad choice to do, is to don't ever be a follower. You'll lose $121 like me. It's all good. There's many other ways to lose $121, but regardless, that wasn't a good buy. Don't buy Express, don't get into it. Next, I have Bitcoin and Ethereum. I've literally, out of all the stocks that I own or cryptocurrencies, my equity in Ethereum alone is $6,050, and my total return is $3,300, a 121% increase. So if my total return is $3,300, that means I started out with $2,750. So with Ethereum, a cryptocurrency, 2,750 of that is my own money. So I was able to turn $2,750 into $6,050, which is super dope and super grateful for that. But and then I do have one share of Amazon that I purchased back in 2018. I had two at one point, but immediately after I had purchased it, they kind of tanked. I do have my one Amazon share on E-Trade, which is another online stock market app. So yeah, that's that on that. But so in terms of the stock market, I highly recommend you guys, each and every single one of you, to research something before you buy it. Don't just buy it because somebody says so. Don't buy something off the hype. Do your research. Make sure that the businesses that you're looking into are not going bankrupt, because then you will lose your money. I recommend you to read articles on websites or apps such as The Motley Fool, Bloomberg, and The Wall Street Journal, Street Journal on the apps, they have their own stock market sections. Super convenient. But the Motley Fool, I love their website. They don't have an app, but their website is super intuitive and easy to use, easy to navigate through. And finally, manage and maintain your stock portfolio. Although we are in it for the long run, you still gotta maintain it and do your due diligence and manage the stocks that you own, because you never know. Sometimes it may be best to sell certain stocks in certain sectors. But that is all I have for you guys. If any one of you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, recommendations, hit me up. I am super appreciative of you guys. Without you, this channel would not have continued to grow and reach monetization. It's still undergoing review, just barely today, but I'm so happy and excited about you guys getting me to that point. So yeah, if you guys have any questions, again, as I said, entertainment purposes only, but I'm still willing to answer any questions to my best or greatest ability, and at the very least, at least direct you to a piece of literature that you can read and research. So that's all I have, folks. I appreciate you watching. Make sure to hit that subscribe button if you're still awake, or if you're still watching and that subscribe button is not hit that subscribe button. I appreciate you. Thank you